Hey everyone, today I have the Swiss Army FieldForce Sport Chronograph. Now I will keep this review on the shorter side as I have reviewed a few variations of this model over the years, but this particular version really stood out to me as a great weekend watch with its matte black case and matte black dial and the stark white hands and indices. Now, I've spoken at length over the years how much I love Swiss Army watches. I've owned many since I was a teenager, reviewed countless models over the past decade, and they've always proven to be a well-built watch with classic styling and just a great solid choice whether you need just one watch or you're like us, the watch enthusiast, and you're looking for something reliable as well as good looking on the wrist. On the screen you will see all the specifications, but many watch enthusiasts will complain about the $625 price tag, the fact that it has a quartz chronograph movement, and well, Swiss Army watches, at least most of the current lineup, haven't been known to have the best lume. I've talked about this many times in the past, but I still have an affinity for these watches, and I probably always will. This particular model comes in a few different colorways, brushed stainless steel cases or matte PBD like this one, which kind of looks more granite colored to my eyes, and you can get it on a rubber strap like this or a stainless bracelet depending on the model you choose. Using a Ronda 5030D Swiss quartz movement, the dial layout is familiar and well, it's a chronograph, so if you need to time something, have at it. Even though I do not use a chronograph much, if at all really, I'm still drawn to them from time to time. And even though Victorinox doesn't have a three-hand version of this color combo, I still think I would choose the chronograph even if they did, as I love how the dial looks with all the white on the dial. It's just so easy to read, and the clear AR sapphire crystal doesn't affect the clean look of this piece. The one big negative I have, and I've had on all the FieldForce models, is the non-screw down crown. This is not a dive watch, of course, and it's only 100 meters water resistant. And truth be told, I've had no issues with it, but I prefer my watches to have screw down crowns for that extra sense of security and water resistance. The case, as I said, is more of a granite color or a bead blasted black PVD to my eyes, and while it looks like it might have a rough texture, it's actually very smooth to the touch. Like most Swiss Army watches, the case back is nothing special at all, just a simple screw down case back that wears easy on the wrist. These vintage style ladder rubber straps are thick and very comfortable, and I prefer the strap over the bracelets for these models, but again, a bracelet is available for certain ones. On my 7.5-inch wrist, the 42mm case wears a little large, believe it or not, possibly due to the chronograph pushers, or just a relatively thin case and how flat it wears on the wrist. But I actually thought this was a 44mm until I went back and looked at the site again. I have worn this watch a lot actually in the past few months, and switching between 42mm watches and this, I always felt it was a bigger watch. For those that are still in the large watch camp and hesitant to downsize to a 42mm, I think you would be surprised by this piece. The lume, as I said, it's not horrible at all, but not spectacular. I will say while it does not glow super bright, and on camera it looks like it dims pretty quick, it does hold the glow longer than I expected, and at 5 a.m. when the dog woke me up after going to bed at 11, I could still see the time without issue. And I almost forgot, this specific model comes with a large Pelican style case with a black Swiss Army knife as well, so it's a nice package overall. You know, the longer I do this, watch reviews that is, the less of a watch snob I've become. You would think it would be the opposite way, and don't get me wrong, I definitely have my share of elitism when it comes to certain style of watches and brands. I think we all do. But a good grab and go quartz is great to have, and as I said, this to me has been a great weekend watch in place of a G-Shock as an example, and I think many of you know how much I love my G-Shocks. Concerning the price, if you take a look online, you can easily find them discounted to make it a little more palatable. That's all for this one. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It helps out the channel. No written review on this one, but of course, ask any questions you have down below in the comment section. This is Don Evans from Watch Report. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.